Good evening and welcome, everyone. My name is Murray Miller, and we're going to be going through quite a bit of information over the next few minutes. So if you already haven't done so, close the door, get to a place where you can concentrate for a few minutes, and we're going to take you through a number of different slides. If you've logged into our website, which is join.me/global exec team. That's join.me/global exec team. You can log in and you can follow along with the slides with us. And with that, I'm going to start tonight's business overview. Again, my name is Murray Miller. I'm going to give you a little bit of my background, but I do want to tell you that tonight is going to be a business overview that is going to take you through a number of different converging trends. 3 converging trends, actually: the coming of age of an industry, the emergence of a new industry, and a worldwide paradigm shift. And all of these things together are propelling this opportunity. My name is Murray Miller. I have a background as an entrepreneur. I currently have 3 traditional businesses, including a financial planning business, insurance business, a college planning business nationwide, and also a software business where we provide software to college planners. And all 3 of those things together with investors and partners and employees and, of course, clients takes up a lot of time. And although I do provide a lot of services to our clients and I have a lot of help with that, that is what is a traditional business in the sense that I have to be dependent on my day-to-day efforts in order to make a living. What we're going to find in this business presentation this evening is that there's an opportunity not only to leverage yourself, but to actually build a residual income stream, and that's really, I think, the key that gets so many people excited. I'm going to talk about a business that my wife and I started together 25 years ago that still pays us a residual income today, and I'm going to talk about how this new business that we started just less than 2 years ago has absolutely put this industry on its ear. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the paradigm shift that's taking place worldwide as we see the nations going from a preventative way versus curative. We're seeing this take place all the time. I mean, here in the United States, you see commercials all the time about different medications with ridiculous side effects that people just don't want to take. These disclaimers are absolutely scary, so people are trying to do whatever they can to prevent disease as opposed to cure it with medicine and drugs afterwards. The health crisis, there are literally billions of dollars in research, yet we still see that our health is declining. And it's declining rapidly. And why is that? Well, many reasons. Here's a few of them. Time Magazine talks about this as what the future and all the different things that are taking place. Right now, the statistic is that 50% of Americans will develop cancer. 1 out of 2 people. Think about that and how scary a statistic that is. The big C word. We don't want to hear about it. In the 1950s, it was 1 in 12. So where has modern technology brought us? And why is so many people developing cancer? 1.3 million women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. That's a 30% increase over the last 25 years. That's not a good number in medicine. And there's been a dramatic rise in autoimmune-related diseases. And what do we attribute this to? People are sick. People are tired. Chronic fatigue is rampant. Fibromyalgia is the new disease that is affecting over 5 million Americans right now, mostly women. And there's a dramatic rise in autoimmune diseases. What is causing this? Well, when you look at it, the reason we're sick is a clear answer. Number 1, our air is polluted. Number 2, our water is contaminated. And number 3, our food is processed and it's sprayed with pesticides. So these 3 things combined it doesn't really give us a fighting chance, and that's why people feel sick and feel tired and are looking for a way to increase their energy and to lose a few pounds and go on and on. Couple that in this country with bad eating habits, which is very common, and we're seeing it take place in other countries as they develop the same Western technology of fast food. It's really hurting what's taking place in the economy. And the staggering statistics are that currently there are 174 million Americans that are overweight. According to the statistics, 92 million of them are considered obese, and 3 million are morbidly obese. This is a staggering statistic, and it leads to a lot of the heart disease. According to Hippocrates, he said, "Let food be thy medicine, and let medicine be thy food. But what happens when your food supply has been compromised and GMOs have been added into our food supply and pesticides, and the nutritional value of our food is basically bankrupt? We're the most overfed and undernourished nation on the planet, and therefore we have disease and we have obesity. Do you remember when the last paradigm shift took place? My 13-year-old and my 20-year-old laugh when I tell them that we used to have a smoking section in our high schools. And you couldn't even imagine that today, but we certainly had it then. 1 billion people will die from tobacco-related causes, according to the World Health Organization. But we made that shift. And you know what the difference is? The difference is, even then, it was uniquely innate for a person to think about giving a cigarette to a toddler. But we are seeing that we're feeding our children fast foods and things that we never fed our children before, and therefore we're seeing kids that are growing up and starting off their life with disease, with these horrible things that are taking place because of being overweight and obese in many cases. We knew better not to give them cigarettes, but yet we're feeding them the foods that are actually fueling this terrible trend that we're talking about. Every action contributes to your health or it promotes disease. If you get nothing else out of this call tonight, think about this statement right here. You know, we're going to introduce in just a couple of minutes Todd Lotek, that is going to give us some information about how his business has grown in just a short period of time. And Todd, I know you're on the call tonight, and I'm excited to have you in just a few minutes. But again, when it all comes back to this, and I think so many people, even myself, when I first saw this business opportunity and I got involved, I was interested not only in just losing a few pounds, but increasing my energy. I already told you about all the businesses that I ran and all the different obligations that I have, and I needed more energy, and I needed an edge in the gym. I wanted better performance, and these products that we're going to introduce to you in just a minute answer those concerns. Isagenix International is the world leader in nutritional cleansing, and I'm not talking about a colon cleanse. I'm talking about a full body nutritional cleanse, full cellular cleanse. This is a picture of one of the systems that we offer in our program, and I will tell you that the products have absolutely changed lives. And from a business opportunity standpoint, the first 10 years this company was in business, they spent that time building a solid consumer base. Here's a statistic for you. 60% of the people that get on these products, just to use them and try them, stay on the products. 60%. That's an unheard of number of people that are reordering this product. But here's the interesting statistic. With our team that we're building, over 90% of the people stay on the products. Why? Because we're teaching them how they can get their products paid for. And if you can show someone how to use the product and get the product paid for, a product that they would use anyway, whether they were getting paid or not, there's a much higher retention rate. And that's what you're going to find. As far as building a residual income stream, like I talked about in the beginning of tonight's workshop, that's exactly what's going to take place. So we have solutions for weight loss, we have solutions for energy and performance, we have solutions for healthy aging, and yes, we have solutions for wealth creation, and this is the jury's out. This is not something that we're trying to figure out. This has already been proven that we have done all these things after being in business since 2002, and I'm going to show you some staggering statistics in just a minute about the business. But to back it all up, we have clinical research. Isagenix versus the Heart Healthy Diet. We did a UIC study finding the subjects on Isagenix products lost more body fat, lost more visceral fat, which is the fat around our vital organs that kills us, and showed a greater adherence and showed a greater improvement across several cardiovascular biomarkers in comparison to the leading Heart Healthy Diet. We're very, very excited about these statistics, and if you want more information, you simply can go to Isagenix website at isagenixhealth.net, and you can read this full study where it shows 56% more weight loss with Isagenix, 47% more fat loss, and twice as much visceral fat loss. Like I said, the jury's out. It's a foregone conclusion. The products work when you use them, and people get excited about it. Let's talk about another trend. I told you there were 3 major trends I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about the coming of age of an industry. According to Paul Zane Pilsner, one of the great economists in this country, advised 3 president councils, he says modern-day network marketing is proven with worldwide sales of over $125 billion thus far. 16 million people in the U.S. alone are in network marketing and direct sales. You can create wealth through residual income, and interestingly enough, 82% of the women who earn more than $100,000 in this country do so through this industry. And when you couple that with a product that is emotional and consumable that gives people results, in other words, products that people get excited about, products that move people, not people that move products, you've got a huge win on your hands. And that's exactly what we have here in our hands. So let's switch gears. Let's talk about the other trend that I talked about, that I told you I was going to talk about, which is the 3 types of income that you can earn. There are only 3 types. You can either exchange time for money, and you can't make that exchange enough times. You can't exchange enough units of time for units of money and do it enough times in one day to really create any kind of time, wealth, or freedom. This is a hairdresser, an attorney, a highly paid consultant, a doctor, an employee, all exchanging time for money. Your day-to-day efforts is what you depend on every day to make it happen. The next type of income is when you're leveraged. Now, you can benefit from the efforts of others if you're an employer, an investor, or perhaps you have some kind of program where you can make money after you've made money the first time by using leverage. But the best type of income, at least if your goal is to create a lifestyle, would be residual income. This is where you can build something once and get paid for life. How do you do that? Who can do that? How about an athlete that gets an endorsement? How about an actor that gets a piece of the merchandise that is sold after the movie is over and every time it's played on demand? Or how about a singer-songwriter? Or how about a network marketer? Someone that gets paid over and over again. I said at the beginning of this call, 25 years ago, my wife and I were introduced to this business. We started a business, and we built that business for a couple of years through a very, very exciting growth phase of that particular company's growth curve. And we still get paid today from that company, although we haven't worked the business in over 20 years. That is residual income, and that's what we're talking about here. It's a continuous source of revenue long after the efforts to create it are done. And that's what is available through this business opportunity. It could be an author, actor, and, of course, a network marketer. There are 3 core principles of network marketing. Number 1, word of mouth is by far the most credible and cost-effective means to bring a product to market. No question about it. You would rather believe someone you know or someone you trust than over any manufactured ad campaign. Number 2, products that are emotional, consumable, and result-oriented are the cornerstone of your success. And number 3, and most importantly, residual income trumps all. I mean, you can make money doing anything. But to create a lifestyle that goes along with it, and to me, lifestyle is being able to do what I want to do, with who I want to do it, when I want to do it, wherever I want to do it. That's lifestyle. And that's available through this industry. And I tell you, I told you about the 3 businesses that I currently have, and everything that goes on there, and they're all great businesses, and I enjoy them. But this is by far my favorite business. There's no question about it. You're constantly being introduced to positive, enthusiastic people, and you can lock arms with people that have the same goals and dreams and are willing to work for something better. And that's what's exciting about being involved in the industry. Exponential growth is nothing more than like seeing a penny double every day for a 30-day month. It starts out at a penny, and then it goes to 2, and then 4, and then 8, and 16, and by the 10th day, you've got $10.24. But if you see what happens in the second part of the month, the next 10 days, this is really where it gets exciting. It goes from $20 to $10,000 in that 20-day period of time. I liken that to the first year of network marketing and the second year of network marketing as your business starts to grow and build. My wife and I have introduced this business to just over 60 people in the 2 years we've been involved, yet those 60 people have turned into over 10,000 independent associates, most of whom we do not know, all of which we love, most of whom we do not know, and they are all building their own independent business, yet we are able to take a small piece of their production as profit to ourselves because that's the way the network marketing model has been set up. And look what happens in the last 30 days. It goes from 10,000 to 20,000 to 40,000 to 80,000. By the time you get to a 30-day month, it's over $10 million. I always tell Susan when I see this slide, I would hope that this is a 31-day month, because then it would go from 10 million to 20 million. So this is exciting, and you can use this example to understand how it builds. And the hardest part about network marketing is typically the beginning, because it's just you excited about a product, telling a few people about it, and then it starts to spread. And we have a system that helps you do that. And we also have a global reach. A couple of hours ago, I was on a call with Australia. And I don't know how many people were on that call, but we had a whole bunch of people that logged into that call, and I did a call for Australia. I don't know anyone in Australia but two people, Robbie and Susie, and they have built an organization that is exploding across that country and starting to bounce and ping pong into Asian countries, and it's just so exciting to see the growth. And they even got people back here in the United States that we never knew involved in the business. So it's a direct-to-consumer distribution, and it works globally. This company is currently in 13 countries. In the next 10 years, when this thing's all said and done as far as growth in different countries, we'll be in 100 countries. We're just getting started. Future expansion is going to be huge, and the global seamless compensation structure that's built allows you to have businesses in all those countries. And I'm going to talk to you in just a minute about how that works with the modern-day network marketing. But before I do that, I want to go through the 4 stages of growth that every company goes through that goes from small to big. It starts out in formulation. This is when a company's just figuring it out. It moves into concentration. That's when things are starting to go, and they've formulated their consumer base. They've formulated who their key officers are, their sales distribution, and they start to see growth. And what happens when the company hits the next phase of growth called momentum is the company goes from small to big seemingly overnight. Looks like an overnight success, but it could have been 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 years before they hit that pinnacle point. With Isagenix International, we hit that pinnacle point in 2012 when we did $340 million in sales in that 1 year. In 2013, $460 million in sales. In 2014, we're projecting a minimum of 600, probably closer to 700 million in sales that we're on target for right now. And this is what we refer to as exponential growth. This is where your own efforts can be multiplied and magnified just due to the fact that you're involved with the company at this time. You should think of yourself as being very privileged to be hearing this information at this time. If the timing's right in your life and you self-select and you want to get involved with this, you have a unique opportunity to build through this growth phase. Typically, 80% of the associates enroll during this critical growth phase. As we become a household name, all of those people that are going to be using this product on a monthly basis over and over again and telling their friends and family about it, because we're not sold in stores, it's all done through word of mouth and on the internet, you're going to have those people in your organization consuming those products and getting a small percentage of their sales as profit to yourself, and that's where you create a residual stream of income. It's one of the most exciting things you can ever experience. There's been over 100 millionaires that have been created in this company. Most of them have nothing in common from a background standpoint, but this is just the beginning. They're expecting that we're going to create another 100 millionaires within the next 3 years. It took us 12 years to create the first 100. So if you're hearing about this for the first time, again, you should be just thanking your lucky stars that someone invited you to hear this now before the word truly gets out. This is the perfect storm for success. It's a paradigm shift, the coming of age of an industry and social networks. What do I mean by social networks? I mean these guys, the emergence of social networks. Steve Jobs, game changer for mobile technology. Everything changed with the iPhone. And now, of course, there's a lot of other mobile phones out there, smartphones that are copying the iPhone, and some doing a really good job. But the key is he's changed the way we communicate, the way we interact on a daily basis. And this other young kid, Mark Zuckerberg, holy cow, he changed the way we communicate with each other. Everyone's on Facebook, right? And if it's not Facebook, it's YouTube. And if it's not YouTube, it's LinkedIn. And if it's not LinkedIn, it's Twitter. And if it's not Twitter, it's Skype. And if it's not Skype, it's Instagram. And it keeps going and going. And the beautiful part is that we can use this technology as network marketers to build a global business. And then there are people on this call tonight that have built their entire business through these channels that I'm discussing with you right now. And they've built huge businesses with no experience in the industry. It's absolutely incredible what's taking place. And we have an amazing team, and we're gonna make sure that each and every one of you that get involved, that self-select, have what you need to succeed in this company. All right, I've got a special guest on the line tonight. Todd, are you with me? Can you unmute yourself and make sure you're there?
Yeah, can you hear me now, Murray?
I can hear you. You're here.
Excellent.
This is a picture of Todd and his beautiful wife, Delilah. Todd is the father of 5. He comes from corporate America over the last 15 years. He's a sales trainer. Delilah is a nutritional writer. Todd is a sports enthusiast. I added that, Todd. I'm not sure that you knew I was going to add that, but I know you are. And you know why I'm excited to have you on the call tonight? Because, Todd, you're one of the few guys, and there's a handful like Johnny and Michael, and you guys know who you are, that have just recently come into the organization within the last 6 months to a year and really have stepped up. It's usually the wives that start this business. They're nurturers. They're able to really get the word out, and they do such a great job. And when guys like Todd and Murray show up, and Michael and Johnny, there's money involved, right? And so that's the whole key.
True.
Todd, take a few minutes. Tell us your story about the excitement that you have and what you've been able to do in the short period of time you and Delilah have been involved.
Well, in really, Murray, being that this is the business call tonight, I really want to touch base on what this means in a corporate mindset and kind of bring this corporate lingo to the network world. And that's really what I want to touch base on tonight. And what I can share with you guys for a little bit is just about there's a lot of skepticism when it comes to network marketing. There's a lot of I don't know, what if I run out of friends? What if I want to run out of this or that? And I can tell you exact numbers because I just got done looking at them. We have personally enrolled about 63 people, and I have 980 people in my downline right now that feed my residual income. We went to
Unbelievable.
We went to bed on a Sunday evening with 17 cycles, and this is something you guys will learn from the people that you've invited to this call. With 17 cycles, it was a little bit down for the week, and I woke up with 32. That's something that's amazing. I had a I had a $600 swing in an hour and a half while I was sleeping. That's something you can't do. I can't even make that happen in corporate America. And the thing that really excites me in a lot of the ways that you think about sales and mindset is everybody's like, I'm not into sales. I can't do sales. I'm not really interested in telling people about stuff. I was so excited when I released 27 pounds in 30 days and was back down to my wrestling weight from high school that you couldn't stop me from telling people about it. And that was the thing that was so easy about this. Let's say it was an amazing movie that you saw. You're going to go tell people about it. There's no pressure. There's no, what happens if they don't see it? Who cares? You're just telling them about it as a great movie. But what if they do go see it? What if you get paid for them going to see it because you told them to? Same concept, the most basic root of all selling concepts. And the smartest thing that Isagenix ever did is they went with network marketing as their portal into bringing this product to market. And that's something I've been in tons of different other strategy campaigns and magazine ads, and we've done all sorts of different things. I've been with some big heavy hitters out there. When you get the red background with the white writing on there, you know who it is. So I've been able to do their network marketing. I've been able to do their marketing campaigns, and it's nothing. They spend billions of dollars a year just to brainwash folks and to just keep throwing their logo on your face. And when I walk in and I say, look, I've had a crazy body experience. I feel great. I feel like I look great. It's just been a great experience. You got to try it. And then in a business mindset, you think about it, or if we're talking to business folks, if I come up to you and I say it's a $300, $600, $1,200 buy-in, there's no loss because you eat everything. All your first initial investment is actually food. So you can actually survive off your initial investment. And then after that, if you work the system and work the network, you won't have to pay another dime again. That's what's so exciting again is that there's no business model out there that say, hey, it's $600 and you get it back within probably the first 30 days because you're eating it. You're actually moving money from your grocery bill into Isagenix, and you're feeling better and looking better while you're doing it. And then this is the other mindset that people have to understand coming from the corporate world and people that have regular, what I call square jobs. So let's say you work a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or even a square job where you've gone and you've created something and now you're married to this, you're a business owner. So you're married to this job, but it's a square job. It's something that we've found a demand or found some sort of, you're trading time for money or whatever you're doing. What you're doing is you can't find a way out because now you have insurance. Now you have bills to pay that match the income that you're earning. You can't really figure out how to do something you want to do. Network marketing allows you to have that out. And I always use this visual, and I keep going back to it, and it's my favorite way to think about it. I'm building myself a boat. Right now I'm on stable ground. I know what I get paid. I know what my insurance is. I know how much my kids' school tuition is. I know how much my kids' basketball camp is or whatever it is. And I know I can meet these demands. How do I get out of this? Because I need to turn money away from this and start a new company. I want to start and get my own life back. I'm starting to build this boat of network marketing, and I can slowly start building it as much as I want or as little as I want. And it's still there as I build it more and more. But now I've set myself a time. I want to be retired soon. So I've started pounding away on that boat a lot faster because eventually I'm going to ship off away from dry land and this fixed income and this fixed world that I have to come in every month. Starts on Monday, it ends on Friday. It probably goes through the weekend in most cases if you're in sales like I am, and it's just an ongoing process. I want to get away and spend time with my family because yesterday is already gone. I'm just getting older, and that's not to be negative. It's just you need to seize the time, the carpe diem philosophy. So what do you want to do? And when I was talking to somebody in the business world the other day, we were talking about, he's been with the company for a long time, about 20 years. He's like, yeah, after my 20 years, I get a third week of vacation. And most people are like, it's 3 weeks, that's great. What are you going to do with it? To me, I was like, that's 3 weeks out of the year you get for yourself because you've given them 20 years of your life. They give you an extra week. That is a horrible incentive to me. So I've decided I want to do my own thing. I want to do my own way to go about things. I want to decide when I go on vacation, and the way to do it is with network marketing and getting residual income. Because if it's okay for the Beatles, it's okay for me. And that's really where my mindset of moving from corporate into a network marketing world and thinking about it on the most simple way is taking that stress of, I'm not good at sales. It's not about sales. It's about sharing an experience and just being a person, going out and communicating with other people. And that's the one thing that makes me feel that it's just such a great shift in my paradigm, if you will, in my family, and it's the right focus and the right thing for my family to move in that direction. So that's really what really excites me about everything. And there's just
you sound excited.
Yeah. Sorry,
and you know what? You should be.
Things that are going in my mind.
And you talk about freedom, Todd, and this is the best part. And we're gonna wrap up now, but I've spent 2 years with Isagenix. Can you imagine a business that allows you to earn $500,000 a year with no expenses, no overhead, no rent, no employees, no CPAs, no attorneys, no contracts, none of the things that you have in traditional business that you'd have to earn 5 times, 10 times that amount to net the $500,000. But within 2 years, you could earn $500,000, and you could take off enough time to travel from Boston to Florida and California and Italy and Ireland and San Diego and Vegas and South Africa. And that's what my wife and I have done this year so far, and we're not done traveling yet. And I don't say that to boast, and I don't say that to brag. I just say it to tell you that anyone that wants this kind of a lifestyle can have it if they're willing to give proper, aggressive involvement within a short period of time, over a 2 to 3 year period. You have the opportunity to really have the freedom to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. If you're following along with us on the slides, the next slide just shows you what your next step is. And your next step is simply to try the product. Once you try the product works for you, you can feel comfortable telling others about the product. So we have product packs. The person who invited you on the call tonight, friend, family, someone you just met, someone you met on Facebook, doesn't matter. Ask them about the product packs and get involved and follow the system of duplication that we have set up so that you can find the same success that we are. We have training calls, we have coaching calls, we have our back office, we have videos, we have YouTube, we have everything that you can imagine, including a $30 million website that will allow you to have a duplicating website so people can find you and purchase from your website, etc. To learn more about these products, simply go to isaproduct.com or talk to the person who invited you onto the call tonight. Lastly, I just want to extend an invitation to you and tell you that we invite you to join us to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, help create one of the largest health and wellness companies in the world. That's what we're doing here. Ordinary people make an extraordinary difference. Todd, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day and your family to come on and tell us your story, and you're doing an incredible job. You and Delilah are building one of the fastest growing groups in the company, and it's so exciting to see that happening for people that have no experience in the industry, and so many others like you are also on the call tonight listening in and building their businesses on a worldwide basis. Thank you for taking the time. We're right at 9:30, so I like to finish the call on time. Get your questions answered. Make sure you get all the information you need. We invite you to join us. Thanks for being on the call tonight, and thank you, Todd. Good night, everyone.